we go. All right, y'all got it. And also, we're going to get ready, I believe, right into the match. We got PaulyHype versus FadedCrow, and we're going to be going with Iron Giant versus Taz.
On Cromulons of all things too. With a character such as big as Iron Giant, you would think that they would go to a stage with a little more room to play. That said, doing pretty well at just
in my chat. But yeah, no. So I played Pauly only for a couple matches before I got to start. But I've watched his stream too. He's actually got a really solid Iron Giant. He plays it both in ones and twos, and he is a very big pusher of sadness that they keep nerfing his character, but it's for good reason.
Yeah, it's for good reasons. That character is a little overtuned. It's fine though. Like,
oh my goodness, my butt just got
he just got red.
Oh, you know what? Actually, this is really good for FadedCrow too, because when you're on this type of stage, you could easily just shove him into the wall
and get all of your stacks. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good choice, I'd say. I wonder who won the rock paper scissors.
I get the feeling Faded won.
Okay.
If I had to take a guess, because for Pauly, you want escapes, like you're saying. Like, why would you want to intentionally come here as IG? But as long as you can escape as much as possible, you'll be safe. That being said, it's not as easy to get away here while the walls are still up, which I'm surprised there hasn't been at least an attempt to try and break some while Faded is like zoning.
Well, both the players right now are actually what looks to be trying to combo each other off the walls. So neither player is actually going for anything like just throws them right up. No one's going to actually like break the walls on their own. They're going to wait until a combo breaks it.
It does work for Pauly in his own ways too, and also with something like this, you have that 30 gray health. The missiles will break the walls after all, but you have the ability to kind of shove them in the corner. I like how Faded is kind of hovering at the top. Like, I'm not going to go engage with that. I'm not touching that.
No, I mean, in certain scenarios, like characters like this, they don't have to. They could just legitimately wait it out and then go on and answer afterwards. But FadedCrow just charging up those attacks, trying to keep Pauly off stage. Able to come back though. Got the bolt shield, trying to go for that up air nair combo and try and carry him off the top, but just not able to get it.
Yeah,
but the up B.
That's going to send them all the way up to up special. Not going to be enough. A little bit of change to that, so that is not a free thing anymore. That used to be a guaranteed knockout, which thank goodness it's not anymore. But at 172, this is so rough because usually you want to go for something like Tornado to find the knockouts or a pile up, but his mobility has been pretty good, so he's actually dodging around a lot of it, refusing to get caught, and the longer it takes, the worse it gets because Iron Giant just lives so long.
Yes, yeah, Iron Giant, one of the heaviest character, actually the heaviest character in the game. Able to get him with that up air though, as he does chase him right off the top. Having a very hard time getting the stock, finally able to get it there, all the way up at 190%. FadedCrow finally getting that first stock of the game.
Yeah, it took a minute to get to it, but he finally got it done, and dropping it with that side air. He keeps getting caught by these up specials, but it's such a large range move on a character who has, like, next to no recovery, so it covers so much range, because he wants to go high often. You don't want to go low. You don't want to challenge that downer.
No, exactly. You don't want to try and go against something like that. Just returning right to the center stage, right over Pauly, and just trying to get some percentage added up as just Pauly is kind of running away with it. That huge body, able to box with Taz very well, and the ability to get out of things like Dogpile and Tornado using the bolts is insane.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be sending you... Oh, no, he DI'd up and away. I'm pretty sure that should have still connected, but now... you're pretty much in fully charged up attack territory, which actually that one was only half charged.
Oh, there it is. Oh, no, never mind. Taz is kind of heavy, able to survive that just barely.
Bonk.
Gonna get that neutral attack, going to get the stock there with the jab combos, taking them right off the top too.
You know what one of my favorite things is? You know when you watch a match and you see people do like the post game match movement stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That looks so goofy on Iron Giant. Like he did 458 damage. Remember, this is 3 stocks, but he was like jumping down, diving down. He wasn't going like anywhere. But
yeah, he was just kind of in spot.
Yourself. You have to do movement tech. Like, you can't help yourself.
I mean, in a game like this that's so centered around movement, I agree. I think being able to do like your movements clean without anybody on screen and with somebody on screen just goes to show that you're kind of like keeping your rhythm and trying to practice it, because it's very easy in this game to get into habits. So kind of keeping that mentality of like, okay, I've got these options that I can use.
Ooh, look at him flex. Yeah, he flex. We see you. Look, man, when he is in a good mood, I think he is one of the scariest people I've seen use his character from what I've watched online, and that's not going to bode well here for FadedCrow in game 2 if it doesn't figure it out. Switching it up to Trophy's Edge, though, giving him more room to work with.
Yeah, this is a much better stage for both of these characters, as both of them are very heavy, and these blast zones are very large. So it's going to allow for both these characters to kind of do what they got to do for a lot longer. We're going to be seeing some
large while also not being as bad as Sky Arena.
Yeah.
So you still have the ability to, for one, you have a mix-up option to land on those side platforms for FadedCrow, because, like we said before, Taz doesn't have the best mobility to get back. That being said, though,
it's looking rough.
He's been having a hard time finding openings.
I think he accidentally taunted there too, which does happen if you don't have your D-pad set to anything. Trying to get away, like Pauly has been able to kind of adjust his up air to follow FadedCrow and try and get that knockout with it. But FadedCrow actually doing a pretty good job. Aside from that moment there where they did try and go for the tornado aggressively, they were dodging a lot of those up attacks.
Yeah, and let's see what happens here with FadedCrow trying to keep himself in the game. He gets a big command grab, though. That is not too bad. He can find a knockout soon. I think the biggest thing is that he needs to try and force Pauly to go low and maybe find like a dare, like dare mix-ups. That might be the only way he can get a knockout. Otherwise, he keeps going for, I think, these really horizontal ones, and Pauly's refusing to give it to him. Oh, my God. Up air to nair into up air. Yeah, that's so hard to get away from.
It's a really clean-looking combo. It's not true,
no.
like, in all scenarios. I feel like in that sense, it just made it so that FadedCrow didn't have anywhere else to go, so he called it out.
Yeah.
But having a really good time, juggling Taz around and kind of handling, like, even as a large character, just having an easy time at kind of controlling the match here, as he is still on his first stock and only 110. Iron Giant is nowhere near a knockout unless FadedCrow does go off stage and kind of get an early stock on Iron Giant early at 136. Dogpile finally taking the stock.
Yeah, it took a bit to finally get it done, but he finally gets it done there, and he's. Yeah, I mean, if you play like passive and patient, that will get you the dubs. He's just like being very careful about doing so, like not gunning too reckless with this, like the fact that he's got a lead. He's gonna try and bait you into getting a grab and hopefully sending you off the top.
Yeah, I mean, the main issue that I saw during that entire match was FadedCrow constantly was going high and allowing Pauly to just follow and go for those up attacks and just get the stocks at very early percentages when